Hello everybody, OC Disaster Blue here, formerly known as Blue Frontier, and I'm just letting you all know that I am a terrible friend. I completely forgot my friend's birthday. My friend being Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, that was really cringe. I didn't really like that. I'm not one of those people that think Sonic is real or anything, or that like if he was real we'd be friends. I don't know. I was trying to do a bit. Anyway, as many of you know, on June 23rd, they did an update for Sonic Frontiers for his birthday. I knew about this, but for some reason, when I booted up the game just a few days ago, none of those things were, there. It wasn't like it updated on my PS5, which is really weird. I should probably look into that because I have auto updates on. But this was well into September, and I didn't see any of the birthday stuff. And I figured, oh, well, it's well past when this update happened, so maybe they just got rid of it afterwards. But that's not the case, because just today I booted up the game again, and I finally got the alert and the text for the Sonic birthday update. So I might need to check the clock or the timer on my PS5 to make sure that's correct, but it was just so weird to me. But anyway, in this video, I'm just going to quickly go over my thoughts on Update 2 for Sonic Frontiers and kind of give my thoughts on what I want to see in Update 3 for Sonic Frontiers, which is the last update for the game. I want to start off by saying I'm very proud of Sonic Team and Sega for giving us free DLC for Sonic Frontiers. They didn't have to do that, which, I mean, in and of itself tells you how the gaming industry is right now. You're almost expected for the companies to be greedy and be like, all right, you already paid, however, for the game, now you also need to pay an extra 20 for this, that, and the other thing. They're giving it to us for free, and I absolutely appreciate that. I don't think Sonic Frontiers launched as a perfect game. I thought it was quite good compared to other Sonic games, which still isn't saying much, but if I had to give it an overall score, it was probably a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10, which isn't bad at all. With that being said, Update 1 didn't really add too much to the base game. It added some New Game Plus stuff and the challenges, which I really appreciated, which gave it more of a fun factor. But as far as, air quote, fixing the game, it didn't do all too much. I did like that they got rid of some of the things that were annoying, like the slot machine popping up on front of like your hood and whatever, and you could adjust that however you wish. So I think Update 1 boosted the 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 for Sonic Frontiers. And they added some cosmetic stuff too for the spring, which was really cool. The Cocoa became eggs, which I found were adorable. And there were some little things here and there that I forgot about. But overall, Update 1 was much wanted. I mean, it was free, so you can't really complain, right? It didn't make the game worse. If anything, it made the game more fun and replayable. Albeit, still some issues with cyberspace and stuff like that. They also introduced the jukebox, which I think was really great, being able to listen to iconic tracks and stuff like that. So all I can say is we're going in an upward track with these updates so far, and the game is improving, and Sega and Sonic Team are listening to the fans and giving them, ideally, what they're hoping for and what they want. Now looking at Update 2, once again, I am very late to the party. Pun intended. I am late to the party, Sonic's birthday party. I like and also dislike this update. Let me explain. We get a ton more options with this update. You're able to change how Sonic feels with the speed, the turning, the jumping, and that even, I believe, transfer over into cyberspace for some portions of the settings, which was something a lot of us were asking for. I'm still playing around with it, trying to figure out what works best for me, but so far the interface is very good, and I am very grateful for that. And this gives us another 0.5 points to the overall score for Sonic Frontiers. So we started at a 7 or 7.5. Let's say 7.5 out of 10. We move up to an 8 with Update 1. Update 2 has gotten us to an 8.5 out of 10 in my opinion, because they did add some really much needed options for us to kind of like tweak Sonic to how we wish to play. Turning off the battle cinematics is much appreciated, and I believe the intent there was good. It's a little bit jank, but I'm not going to knock points off of them trying to get this down. I think it has its benefits for some cases and a lot of flaws for others, so it's a little bit hit or miss. for me. They added time trials and some other fun little extra things, extra content into the game on top of the challenge modes that are already out in Update 1. What's bittersweet about Update 2 is the birthday theming. I think it's really nice that they reskin the game pretty much. Islands look a lot brighter and flashier. The jukebox, the default setting for your music, is now these hits throughout Sonic's, birthday history. So all the years that Sonic has been around, through all the different games. Unfortunately for this, you cannot change the songs. You have to stick it on default. That's not all automatically added to the jukebox. That's a little bit unfortunate, but overall, there are some banger matchups in there that I really, really come to enjoy and love. I'm playing on the Ares Island, which is basically a desert island, so theming-wise, it's very bare and sandy, but it already pops with different color due to the birthday overlay and theming. However, at the same time, I find this very distracting. I think they did a little bit too much. I think they could have pulled back on the HUD being all decorative and just really focused on the platforms and rails, and the balloons are even Sonic themed and Amy themed and all this stuff, and I really like it. I really love that part of it, but it's just that overlay is extremely distracting, and it kind of takes me a little bit to adjust my eyes when I'm playing. And I just wish that there was a way that you could adjust the birthday DLC settings to be certain things that you want to keep on and certain things you want to keep off. But I could just be old and my eyes could just be, withering away with age. Now, I haven't covered everything that Update 2 or even Update 1 has given us. There are plenty of other channels out there that go into deep detail about the mechanics and everything. I just kind of want to give my quick, brief opinion on it since I missed it. I'm a little bit late. However, I am keeping track with Update 3. I am super excited for Update 3 for Sonic Frontiers. It's the biggest update out of all of them. I think it's really great that they're building up and pretty much keeping this game alive throughout a year. And I just really hope that Update 3 is big enough that this game will still be adored and loved years to come afterwards, because from my understanding is once they're done with Update 3, the game is pretty much going to be done. They're not going to be doing anything new to it, and that's fine. They need to work on other future Sonic games, hopefully Sonic Adventure 3. That's a video for another time. However, I'm looking really forward to it, but at the same time, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, and I'm going to temper my expectations, because our imagination can always be the best of us, and we could always want and speculate things, and it could be something completely different. So I'm going to go in completely in a neutral stance and just see where it goes from there. We know we're going to be able to play as Knuckles, Amy, Tails. We know that, there's going to be some extra little cyber levels in there, and we definitely know now for a fact that there's going to be a new enemy, and Sonic is going to have a different level to Super Sonic that's one more than Super Sonic, but it's not Hypersonic, so I'm very intrigued on what that's going to be. Once again, like I said in my previous video, I believe that I think they're really listening to the fans, and I said in this video too, they're really listening to the fans. In that trailer for Update 3, it has Super Sonic get burst with cyber energy, and then that's how he levels up, and that kind of feeds into the main story of Frontiers, the base story, where Sonic goes into that cyber form, and then they just completely just get rid of it because his friends hug him. And I think a lot of fans did not like that, and Sega and Sonic Team are actually listening, and they're trying to pay that off, I think, in a way. How they do it, I don't know. I could list everything that I'm hoping for and all that, but once again, once I say it, I feel like, one, there's an expectation there, and then two, I start getting excited for things that might not even happen. So I kind of just want to go in at a level head, like I said before. Overall, to close out this video, excuse me, I'm very excited for Sonic Update 3 to come out very soon. I will probably be replaying the whole game through again just to experience it, so be ready for that. I took a lot of time off of the channel and of Sonic Frontiers, so I think I'm refreshed enough for it. And just getting footage for this video, I started to get excited again with all the updates and stuff. So Sonic Frontiers, the base game, I think came out in an okay state. It wasn't perfect, but what game is anymore in 2020? 2023. Did it come out in 23? Nah, it came out in 2022, right? It's been a year, maybe. I don't know. I'm old. Time goes by a lot differently for old people. Anyway, so it came out 7.5 out of 10 in my opinion. I think it's a very good game. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's good, very good. Then with update 1, it bumped it up to an 8 out of 10, which is above average or above good. So maybe let's say exceptional. I don't really rate games, as you can tell. Exceptional game. And then because of update 2, it is now an 8.5 out of 10. There's still a little bits here and there that I'm not too fond of, but overall this game is going higher up to that 10 rating. I'm really hoping update 3 knocks it out of the park and we can get this game to a 9.5. I don't believe in perfect games. I don't think that's a thing, so 9.5 is the highest I'll go. We'll see what happens once update 3 comes out. Thank you so much for watching this video. My dog is now barking to tell me to wrap this up, so that's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much once again. If you watched the video all the way through, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out this channel. It's brand spanking new for the most part. Be sure to comment down below on what you loved so far about Sonic Frontiers and what you're excited for in the future for Update 3. But make sure that, you know, we temper our expectations and everything like that. But I'm still more than willing to hear theories and stuff like that. It is fun to kind of play around with this, but that's all. I'm OCDisaster Blue. I'm just probably going to keep saying OCDisaster. It's easier. Have a good one.